Hi starseeds, it's Opheana and Sikaal here today. We are going to talk to you about your inner and outer world. We are cosmic shamans and teachers of universal consciousness.
So your inner and your outer world. I mean, duh, that's so easy. My inner world is where I go to meditate, and my outer world is what I live in all the time. So one of the things that we found very interesting to learn more about as we started on our spiritual journey, but also we kept learning so much more about it as our journey commenced, is that your inner realms is the real truth of your multidimensional nature, which you probably know to some degree or mostly, and your outer world is a reflection of that. So your outer world, which feels a lot very tangible, you can feel it, right? You can feel it, you experience it, you live in it, but it's actually the projection of your inner world. And so when we do meditations, for instance, let's say we astral travel, astral project, remote view to whatever name you want to give it, to Venus. You do that on the inner. So you don't actually close your eyes and then take your consciousness to Venus in your outer world. Now that may or may not have been very logical to you, but it's so logical to think of when you think of Venus or Mars or going to the sun, to do a meditation. You think of what you've seen with your eyes. So you think of outside of you. But the truth is you go inside of you, which is where your energy bodies expand, which is where you're connected to all that is. You're connected, you could say, to all that is in your outer world, but it's very different because you can know what's on the other side of the universe or even the multiverse, if that's the theory that you believe in. And you can be instantly connected and feel all of your spirit if you tune in, and you can travel to these different realms very quickly. Traveling in the outer realms is very different. You may know there's like a portal system, so you can travel through different realms very quickly as well in the outer reality. But when we do meditations, we go into no time and no space, where there's no linear time. Where you're in a temple, you are in no time, no space. So there is no past and there is no future. All is one within your spirit. And so your spirit evolves and moves and shapes all within that inner realm. So your inner world and your outer world are very different, but it's your inner world that's your true world, that's your true multidimensional reflection. And so if you haven't thought about it lately, this video may inspire you to understand the next level of it as your teams communicate this truth to you. And when I started meditating as well, I really had to understand that concept because I felt that the chakras, for instance, expand further and further outward, become as big as the world. But all that happens on the inner. You expand on the inner. And so sometimes that may be confusing to the lower mind to understand. And this is what we wanted to share with you today, because the truth of it is your real world is in no time, no space on the inner.
One of my beautiful memories I have about 10 years ago or 12 years ago when I started doing the pillar really thoroughly was expanding my heart space and really sitting in, we did a mystery school and for months and months just really sitting in my heart space, and that's going into my heart chakra and into the expansiveness of my heart space and really feeling, witnessing, experiencing the temple that is my heart space. And so when you really go there, you can really see that, it's so much bigger in there. It's so much bigger when you work from that internal space and to acknowledge and allow that the external world out here is a beautiful projection, is a beautiful illusion for you to work through and assist you to ascend through, master your personality, master your ego, master third density, to move into fourth density, etc., from third dimension to fifth dimension. And so it's coming into a place of just knowing, okay, so this external, I mean, most of you would know this anyway, it's really like the hologram where you get to play and experience, you know, this is your avatar and you get to play around, but then you go back to your real world on the inner, remembering I am a being from source. And so that world is the big expansive world. And you know, we just sometimes think, oh, we can run out of ideas with the meditation. I mean, we don't come up with any of the ideas with our meditations on our Meditations Opheana Sikaal channel. They come through and the teams tell us a couple of days before or that day, whatever, and we just bring that stuff through from them. It's just infinite, it's never ending. There is just so much that we all don't have any awareness of yet, and until we get back to source, then we will know how really big this all is. And so by witnessing, experiencing, sitting in, being with, acknowledging, validating your inner world, you can really empower yourself. You can really allow your spirit to come on in. You can really be in that energy, be in that high frequency for more of your life, because in the end, that's what it is. The ascension process is bringing spirit into your everyday life, witnessing this from a very conscious level. The subtleties of, oh, there's another hologram, there's another illusion, this, I'm experiencing this because that's a really good initiation to assist me through this. You're really going through the levels just like a computer game, and to acknowledge that it's not, it's real, but it's not real. And so that you don't have to have attach to this is everything, because when you go in, that's everything.
Yeah, beautiful. And so when you do your energy work and your energy clearing, like we talk about a lot as well, you know, clear your energy bodies, clear your chakras, do your tapping, do your whatever else you want to do. You've projected the world that you are in from your inner. So when you anchor a temple around you before meditation, that's here in your outer realm, but it extends out to the inner. It's the connector to the inner and outer realms. And so those temples are in no time and no space. When you clear your heart chakra, for instance, here, you do that on the outer as well. You know, there's 12 primary dimensions that are manifested here in your earthly reality. You know, there's more, but those are the main ones. And so those are the main energy bodies we always focus on with clearings and things. And that's the connection between your inner and outer realms. So as you live in this realm, in this vessel as a spirit, experiencing like the avatar, like Opheana said here, you keep these energy bodies clear and clean. But for all the information that you need, you visit your inner realms. You know, that's where your teams will be talking to you. But it doesn't mean that when your guides talk to you, they can talk to you in your outer realm as well, but it's always coming from the connection to your inner realms as well. So without getting too cerebral or with a mind about it, understand that really most of you is really in the inner realms, and you expand into the inner realms and can visit anywhere in your inner realms. And that makes astral travel different. So you don't take your energy body to Venus in your outer realm, you do that within. So it's a very, very important difference to understand, and your spirit will be talking to you after this video for sure about a deeper understanding.
Yes, you can process it in
Absolutely.
dreams as well. So just to also add that, you know, when times on the external get tough, go in and find that center, because anything again can be happening on the outside in this hologram. You know, everything can be falling apart. But you go within and you're like, oh yeah, I'm solid. Everything's good. I am so connected. It's all good. I'm safe. I'm supported. I am loved. I am whole as I am. Everything is in divine order. It's all there. And that's the key to connecting with the inner world, because when you have that level of empowerment, all of this, you can do anything. Any of this out here. I got this, you know, anything.
Yeah.
You can handle out here when you've got a solid internal connection. So. And
one more thing to add, based on what you just said, is the theory is that you manifest this projection of your outer reality like really quickly. I don't know how many times a second, like so fast that you don't even know. And so every time from the internal world, you choose a different projection, which is all of the timeline meditations that we do are about that. You choose the highest version of your timeline, which means the highest version of your external projection. So if you want to change something in the outside, like Opheana said, go within, do the healing needed there, and then you can reach a new timeline, higher, 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 where more of what you really want and which is in alignment with your spirit will be manifest. So timeline is in that sense the same as outer reality, because it is the manifested linear timeline that the path that you are on. And remember, you have access to countless billions of timelines in every millisecond. So all of this happens without you knowing. It's just, that's the mechanism of, from within, it is projected out, and you choose the higher versions of that. So you understand a little bit more why the inner work is what creates changes on the outer, because the outer is simply the manifested projection of your inner state, so to speak.
Extremely simplified version.
Yes, that's right. Well, so many blessings, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Many, many blessings.